I please get an iced oat latte? My plans for today is literally just to stay home and do a bit of a deeper clean because I've been working all week. I haven't been able to actually focus on all of this. I have random stuff just everywhere, like why? So I randomly have a hairbrush in the kitchen. What was I doing? I don't recall. I've got some camera gear stuff. It's just everywhere, you know? This towel's from when my niece came over. She vomited, it landed on the floor and I just chucked the towel down, to be honest. So yeah, let's do that today. Alright, let's go. Oh gosh. If you're wondering how I'm getting this POV, I've actually got the magnetic necklace on and my DJI Action attached. Like, look. And then there's like a little placement here, which will stick it. Anyways, I'm gonna stop playing around with the cameras. My bedroom is the last room to clean today. It's already dark, it's nighttime and everything. I just put a load of laundry on. Yay! This is the best feeling in the world. I've literally wiped down every corner of this house. It's been a good couple of hours and it feels so good. I needed this. It was truly like a deep clean, but it's dinner time. If I only had to eat one thing for the rest of my life, it's gonna be a pasta, 100%, but cheers. Arthur made me a whole batch of pasta sauce and put it in the fridge before he left for London. He's in London, by the way, for an Arsenal game. So funny, he's just doing a solo trip. Yeah, get you a man who loves to cook because this is the best. And make a mess, so I need to make sure I don't do this. Ah. I will get a matcha latte actually. I've already had a coffee. We just came to a cafe. I got myself a matcha latte. Alice got a taro latte, and there's a bird that knows how to speak. It's so funny. He keeps saying hello to us. Aaliyah, say we're back home, everyone, and it's time to feed. Okay, you can't be awkward. So, Aaliyah is having a feed. We just went for a walk. The last time you spoke to the vlog, you were preggers.
The last one was when we were doing renos and I was sitting on my medicine bowl.
Yeah. So, guys, it's been almost 3 months. Alice has given birth to Aaliyah. She's my best friend. I love her.
She's under here.
Yeah, she's having a feed. But first off, mental health check. How is motherhood? How are you doing?
It's been a journey. I love it. Amazing calling to be a mum. Mental health is you do go through a lot. So I have a whole new appreciation for mums in general. I appreciate my mum, our mum.
I think being so close to my sister and being able to see the real parts of motherhood, you don't know until you really see it, but it's really the most selfless job.
Yeah.
And I definitely am not there yet. So.
And it's because you're literally responsible for a little human being.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's such a joy at the same time, but it is a challenge because whether you're tired or not, you have to look after the baby. But it's a beautiful thing, especially when you feel ready for it as well.
Yeah, but sleep is lacking.
Yes.
Sleep is definitely lacking. My sister is 4 years older than me. How old are you? I'm 28.
31, turning 32 in September.
Yes, so 4 years older. I thought we'd do some questions because now that I've got the 2 mics, it's fun, and I thought we'd have like big sister talk because I do this with my sister all the time. How would you describe our relationship? Because we are pretty close, and I think people do see that as well.
My sister is my best friend. I think we've definitely gotten close in adulthood.
Yeah, I think we were always close growing up, but there was probably a stage in life where we weren't as close, and then
and I think it's just when you're going through teenagehood. I was going through a lot of like identity stuff, so I don't know.
Sorry, hold on. You can probably hear Aaliyah. She makes noises when she's feeding, and it's
She's
so
a
funny.
loud eater.
She's so funny.
So
Don't mind her.
I love our relationship. Adele is I would say like my life assistant.
We tell each other everything, so emotionally there for each other, but also practically just in life there for each other. So
yeah.
I would say that.
So I would say you're my best friend.
Yeah. What do you think helps us maintain a good relationship as sisters?
Quality time, but that's because that's our love languages.
Yeah.
So spending time with each other and actually investing into that is important.
Yeah.
But it's also understanding of each other. So like never getting offended. Sometimes when Adele's, busy or stressed, just giving her time and letting her be until she's ready to chat to me again, picking up where your relationship is. I think that's important.
And I also think what made us really close is vulnerability. It's hard.
Family.
It's not always going to be like that.
Yeah.
I think we have to give kudos to our parents because they stress so much to us that it's so important to keep good relationship with your siblings. When they're gone, we have each other. Even with our brothers, we're pretty close, but obviously we're girls, and so we're just a lot more closer.
Yeah.
And just closer in age.
But I think our parents as well taught us to be family oriented. So it's like we have to fight to have a good relationship, and we never let petty things like, get in the way of things, you know what I mean? Like we are intentional with being generous to each other or helpful to each other, available to Cole, like all of those things.
And having grace for each other when we obviously get annoyed at each other 100%, but just having grace for those moments and just being like, oh, that's just my sister, that happens. Anyway, so that's just a bit about our relationship. So I just have a list of questions. I'm going to ask you them because I thought they were interesting, but what's your favourite childhood memory of us?
Oh, I wish you sent me the questions before so that I can
that's
think.
what the fun of it. Well, you think of that.
That's so hard, and I've got mum brain these days, so I can't think.
No, that's okay, but I think what came to mind is me and my sister didn't have a bedroom. We have a big family, and so when we were all in one house...
And a 3-bedroom house, 5 kids.
Four bedrooms, so the boys got their bedrooms. My parents had their bedrooms, and me and Alice were just freelanders. We had 2 mattresses that we'd like park next to each other, and we'd sit in the lounge or in the kitchen. We'd literally sleep everywhere, in our brother's room, like in our parents' room, and I thought that was funny.
Well, there was one time we had a single bed, and my sister and I would sleep like head to toe. So like her feet was next to my
my
head
God.
and vice versa. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We had
in between mum and dad's bed and the window.
Yeah, I
That's
hated
really
it.
funny.
And then we migrated to the lounge because it was bigger.
Yeah.
And then it was annoying because we had to keep packing up our mattress when friends came over.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's
No,
our
but
bedroom.
we play with the mattress. Like, we didn't actually have many toys growing up.
Yeah.
We would use the mattress like
Yeah.
we'd build it like a building.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think we're both creative. So, for example, I've always wanted a dollhouse, but I never had a dollhouse. So I'd literally create things with cutting pieces of paper.
And like we would play McDonald's, or we'd play like
Yes.
shopping, and we'd be like, okay, what do you want? And then we'd cut paper and be like, here's your hamburger, and
Yeah,
it's a piece of paper.
cut chip sizes. Yeah, anyway. But I remember like dancing and singing to like High Five, and
yes.
my sister would always copy me as well. So when we had played Spice Girls, she'd just
A lot
like
of dancing.
lots of
growing up.
dancing.
I love dancing.
Yeah.
My sister has been able to maintain that dancing side of her. I have lost all coordination.
Adele used to know how to do the splits.
I was such a good dancer, and I was telling Atta the other day, and I said, one thing I regret in life, there's two things. One, I wish I spoke Filipino fluently.
Same.
And learned that and kept that growing up. And number two,
I literally
wish,
said that to Mum the other day. I was
Yeah.
like, why didn't you keep teaching us?
I know.
But anyway.
I'm learning. Mum and Dad speak to me in Philo all the time. But the second thing is, I wish I still maintained dance. I'm a dancer in my heart, but I can't dance.
Why'd you stop?
I don't know. Teenagehood?
Probably, yeah.
This is probably going to be long, so I'm sorry. But
Power of editing.
yeah, if you had to rename yourself after knowing yourself for 30 years, what would it be? What would you rename yourself? And it can't
As in
be
like a
Alice.
name?
Yeah.
I think because it's one of Mum's favourite names, it's Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you could be a Michelle?
I think so. Yeah.
So I feel like I resonate most with A names and M names.
Yeah.
But I was like scrolling through Instagram just to see if any name popped up that I was like, oh, I could be that. And the name Issa.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know why, because it feels philo, but it's not
Yeah.
philo. But
Okay.
I was like, I could be an
Issa
Issa.
means one.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Issa. So what personalities did we each take from our parents?
Or do I answer for you or me or both?
You can do it, and then I'll say whether I agree or not.
Okay, I think me, as much as I'm an introvert, I am a lover of people, and I've gotten that from Dad.
Agree.
But I've also gotten Mum's like black and white and confrontational sides.
Yeah, which is opposite. So
Yes.
I'm very introverted like my mum, so we keep our circles really, really small, and then I'm less confrontational like Dad.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We're the opposite.
Yeah, but you know what I feel like I did get from Dad? His humour.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm so funny like Dad.
Whereas I'm more serious like
Yeah.
Mum. Yeah.
So that's, I 100% agree
That's
with
crazy.
that. Yeah. But
Why are we only discovering this now?
No, I know, and I always say that I have Dad's soft side because you're a bit more like, you're just very stern and more assertive, like Mum, and I'm a softie. Like anything would tug at my heartstrings, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. You got Dad's mercy gift. Yeah. Whereas I'm more like,
strong. You're a strong woman, like my mum.
well, I'm not afraid of offending you, but I'll do it in a loving way.
Yeah, like Mummy.
Yeah.
This is a good question. I really like this question. How different would our relationship or our upbringing be if I was the older sister?
Oh, no, I can see it.
No way, I can't.
I can see
I
it.
think we'd be trouble children.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, I think because I've seen the mature side of you now, even though you think you're a kid, there
But I
is
got it from you, and that's
Oh, true.
that's where I'm like, if I was the older and I led, I don't think we'd nudge Jesus. I don't think we'd
I
do
think you need to give yourself more credit, sister. I have seen a really cool side of you, like the mature side and the responsible side. Because I see it when you're an auntie to your nieces and nephews, you're amazing. So I feel like you would be a great big sister.
Yeah, but if it's my sister, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, I think I'd be too close to the point that I'd be telling her what to do a lot, whereas you've given me the space to learn myself. Ew, I can't see you as my younger sister. Ew, I don't like that. I'm all younger sister vibes. That's my entire personality.
Yeah, and I do love being the bigger sister.
Okay, I like this question too. You've taught me a lot of things. Like I just said. Who I am is a lot of who you are. But is there anything that I've taught you?
Yeah, the importance of family first.
Ah, that's good. That's cool.
Because you know me, I'm on maternity leave, so I have all the time in the world now. But when I'm busy and I've got work on and everything,
I should say, just to give context, my sister is a pastor at church, and so she leads a lot of people and does a lot of people-driven work, and it's very exhausting, right? Like, it's rewarding,
yeah,
but
it's you pour out so much,
Yeah.
and then obviously naturally I've got so many responsibilities. I look after so many people pastorally.
limited time.
Yeah, and then on top of that, there's lots of administrative stuff that I do. My weakness is that I get so busy that it's often, especially in my young adulthood, family kind of came second. But something that my sisters taught me is that family is first and that they're important. And not that I didn't know that,
No.
but she really verbally shows it, but also lives it out.
My family and my friends, I love them so much.
And I love it because my sister like put my family first, and I'm learning that now as a mum, but it's funny that like my sister taught me that first.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We got 3 more questions left. Or what is a wrong assumption that people think about me, and I'll think about one for you.
I think because clearly, you know, we're here doing
It's a pod vibe.
a pod vibe, but it's more like my sister's very influential in you're interrupting me. Influential in the social media realm. Sister, you're a vlogger. And so because of that, people think that she is more extroverted than you think, or more like confident.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Did I say that in the
that's
right way?
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like,
Don't say I'm influential. I just say I do social media.
well, you're a platform
So
influencer.
embarrassing.
You're an influencer. Anyway, make sure she doesn't edit this out of the thing, because I think she is. People think that she's more confident than she is, so when they talk to her, it actually takes a lot of effort for my sister to like have a conversation.
Yeah,
does
I
that
get
make
that.
sense? So
Yes.
that's probably it. It's not a bad thing, it's just her personality.
So when I'm posting, you could probably think I'm like, yes, I did that. I'm so good. No, it's the opposite. It's like, oh my gosh, I hope this is okay.
Yeah.
Like a lot of overthinking about what I posted. I'm not posting confidently. I'm posting because I love it.
But I'm proud of her because she's literally overcoming her fear every time she
Every
does
time.
upload a video or
agree.
edit something or film something. But as she's like, you know, posted, she's slowly becoming just okay with yourself.
So maybe it's the same for you, but the opposite. Like, because of your work, people probably think you love, like, you've got a lot of social energy to give,
Extrovert.
but that's definitely not the case. Like, this woman loves to be on this couch, stay at home, like, but it's also her calling to be around so many people. So
Yes.
that's also you overcoming, I guess, being overwhelmed by people.
Yeah.
So maybe that's an assumption.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
it's very true. In the same way, I'm overcoming, you know, what
I
I'm
agree.
naturally good at,
Yeah.
and then same as you.
Yeah.
That's cool. We're
Funny.
both just discovering these things.
Yeah, I like these questions. I saved it. You know, I've been building this question list because I know I've always wanted to sit down with you and do it. What's one piece of parental advice that you've held on to, like that we've got from our parents? I have one,
Yeah.
which is more recent. My parents both were sitting with me and they were telling me, Adele, we are not a family of takers. We are a family of givers. So you don't give and provide and invite with the intention of receiving something back. Literally, they live that
Yes.
through and through.
I think what I would say is in addition to that, so my parents are so generous, like, and even to Dan and I throughout our engagement season, wedding, baby, house, they've been so generous to us, and that shocks me to not live a life of just, like withholding, but to be giving, which I love. If I can break it down, what I love from my dad, I'll say something from my dad and mum, is dad is whatever he has in his hand, he just wants to give it to bless people. What he always says is money's nothing. It's more about discovering joy in life. So don't let money be the thing. Like, just give the money, bless people. And he always does that, which is really cool. What I would say about mum is same thing, generous, but it's more legacy. Like, she wants to give to the family because she knows it's going to be a longer blessing.
Generational.
Yeah, generational.
My parents have worked really hard to get to where they are.
Yes.
Like, they literally were first generation immigrants. They worked so hard.
Yeah.
So just work ethic as well.
Yeah. I got a lot of like my budgeting skills from my mum because she's very like old school, write down on
Oh my
paper.
God. She is a gem when it comes to organizational skills.
But the fact that our whole family from the Philippines was, so my dad's work ethic, like worked so hard.
And my mum's brains.
My mum's like logical brain, saving, budgeting.
Yeah.
That has gotten us to Australia, and like literally Del and I are reaping and my brothers,
Yeah,
obviously.
there's 5 kids.
Yeah,
Like,
and
there's so many of
we're
us.
all raising families here. The fact that
Very
we
blessed.
live a very blessed life is because of my mum and my dad's.
We love you. I know they're
Yeah.
watching right now.
Yeah.
Don't cry. Dad. I'm speaking to Dad, not Mum, because Mum's chilling. She's probably on her phone. And then Dad's like... So yes. And then last question. I love this. This is so fun. I go to my sister for everything. One of my biggest struggles for the last adulthood years is I experience a lot of anxiety, and so I just wanted to share her wisdom on the video. What is your big sister advice for someone who is experiencing anxiety?
So anxiety, in my way of explaining it, is when you don't feel in control and then other things are overwhelming you. But one of the advice that I can give is literally breathe in that moment and just help sort your thoughts out. Okay, why am I feeling anxious in this moment? Is it because of this? And when you reason it, and when you let something that was a giant now become a little grasshopper in your life, then it makes more sense. I don't know if I'm wording that really well. There is a scripture in the Bible where it says, like, do not be anxious about anything, but through prayer and petition. So for me, that it's important that, like, I pray about it, but I just need to sort it out and just go, oh, okay, it's actually not that big.
As much as she can tell me, I still struggle with it a lot. I always think about, oh my gosh, tomorrow, next week,
Yes.
3 years time, 4 years time. I'm literally so far ahead, and sometimes I struggle to be present. And what is that Bible verse where it says, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has a trouble of its own. And so I think that's what you're saying is break things down, stop and think. But I don't know, I just struggle with it.
Yeah, and
It's not going to be easy.
We're human. It's an ongoing thing. Even I, as a mum, am experiencing new different levels of anxiety and, messy thoughts and stuff because I'm just going through a whole new season. But again, it's that whole thing. When you are anxious, you're having fear of the future. You're having fear of things that you can't control, and just actually realizing, okay, what can I control right now? I can control my breathing. I can control what thoughts I'm letting in. I can control what I'm watching, or I can control my language. And when you feel like you have a bit of the steering wheel again, it helps you go through it. Yeah.
I'm so bad at this. It's really hard for me when I am feeling down to be like, Adele, switch. You have control, switch.
Yes.
It's really hard for me to do that, but I can do it. It just takes some time. So if I am feeling like that, I usually take a day or 2 days. I won't force myself to be okay just yet. So if I need to take some time to get to that point, I will. And sometimes that means me literally just laying in bed, watching like BTS or K-drama or just something that'll just help calm myself. And then I'll get to a point to be like, okay, we're switching now. You're going to have a fresh day tomorrow. I think that's how it works for me. It's not instant. Unfortunately,
but it's not.
It's different for everyone.
It's different for everyone. Everyone's faster or slower at it, and I love that. That's what you're saying. You're doing something that makes you feel normal. So I was gonna say that as well. Is that like when you do something that makes you feel like your best version of yourself, like you're investing into your soul. So for me, when I'm feeling anxious. Sorry, my baby's just fallen asleep, and for me, I love going for walks. Like that makes me feel normal. Or literally a clean environment, like just cleaning my house makes me feel, oh, okay, like I'm good. Another thing that I would also encourage is find who your support people are. Because anxiety can isolate you and make you feel alone, but there's so much power when you actually just talk to someone that you feel safe with. We're that for each other.
We are. I'm so thankful.
My husband's amazing like that too. Utter would be that for you.
But at the same time, I just don't want to burden you guys. Sometimes it takes me time to open up so that I've sorted myself out before I'm dumping.
But taking time's good. Like that, don't underestimate that. Like when you can process that.
I like to know what I'm feeling when I talk about it.
Whereas I'm more of I want to talk and process it. So everyone works different, but support system's important. And I'm also a massive advocate for like professional help. Like me as a pastor have gone to counselling, and I've done that recently.
I still have just never taken the step to do it.
And
but
that's
mine
okay.
comes in seasons, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't need it. And then I go to my sister, I go to Utter. I even go to my parents. My parents are, mum and dad are so good at giving like advice when it comes to mental health, even though it's not something that really they acknowledged in their day and age. They're so funny. Like, I love them. I'll be like, Mum, I'm feeling so mentally drained, and she'll be like, it's okay.
They're your support system. That's important. Just knowing you're not alone, and then there's power of just literally talking it out. And that again ties back to what I was saying before. It's making a big giant a little grasshopper. But yeah, I'm a strong advocate for seeking help, counseling, you know, whatever you need, but definitely don't do it by yourself.
For those who don't have an immediate circle where they feel like they can go to, that's really good as well. And just, I hope this like little big sister talk also just helps, just little gems. I don't know. I just want to put this, at least this is on the internet, and just it might help someone. I don't know, but yay! That's all the questions I had. Wasn't that fun? I want to do this again. We'll do this like every 3 months or something when I build my question list for my sister.
And we'll have to get Leah to answer when she can.
Oh my god, she's going to be talking, and like she's going so fast. Her face changes every time I see her. I love her. We are going to go. But